Hi everyone, this week's Parsha is Parshat Shoftim. And in the first aliyah of this week's Parsha, there's a pasuk, there's a verse that says you may not put up a stone pillar, a stone monument, because Hashem detests it. Hashem hates it. He uses the word saneh, which means hate, right? Hashem hates these stone pillars. And Rashi comments, and he says, these are not even for any kind of sacrificial purpose. You can't put up stone pillars in order to dedicate anything to Hashem. Now, we could ask a big question on this, because it's recorded earlier in the Torah, back in Bereshit, that the Avos, the Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, would make these monuments to Hashem, after doing some big mitzvah or some commandment that Hashem told them to do. It'd be something nice. They'd put up these monuments and they'd praise Hashem through that. But now we're going from something that Hashem loves in Bereshit to something that's so explicit that the Torah uses the word saneh, right? Hate. That now Hashem hates these things that are dedicated to Him. What's going on here? So I read a beautiful piece by Rav Moshe Feinstein, who comments and says, okay, I understand that now, right, after the giving of the Torah, we're not allowed to build these stone monuments dedicated to Hashem, but then why are we allowed to build these stone monuments dedicated to people, like tombstones, right? It doesn't seem to add up here. What's going on? So when you think about it, Rav Moshe Feinstein explains that before the giving of the Torah, at the times of the patriarchs and the matriarchs, the Avos and Imahos, back then, when they were not commanded to do mitzvot, they didn't have this constant commandment from Hashem to do mitzvot. So they do whatever Hashem told them to, and they'd build this monument to dedicate to Hashem, and that would inspire other people to hop on the bandwagon, so to speak, and to become inspired. But after Matan Torah, after the giving of the Torah, each and every Jew have a constant commandment to be commanded to do mitzvot all the time. Every second of every day, we have this constant commandment to do mitzvot. And therefore, it makes sense that we shouldn't put up these monuments, these dedications to Hashem every time we do some kind of mitzvah. One, because that would be pretty laborious. It'd be a lot of work to do. But two, on a more practical level, we have to realize that this is a commandment we have constantly. We can't rely on things we've done in the past and say, hey, look, I did that mitzvah really well last week and I built this whole monument for it. Maybe I could take it a little lighter this week and not have to do as much. That's not how it works. But on the contrary, in contrast, when someone passes, we put up a tombstone by their grave. And that tombstone, that monument is not for the mitzvah, not on the spot where someone did a mitzvah or something like that, like it would have been in the past, but it's over the person themselves, to inspire other people, to show, look at this person, look how many mitzvot, look how seriously they took life throughout their entire life. So there's a contrast here between before the giving of the Torah and the purpose of these tombstone dedications to Hashem, and nowadays why we don't do those dedicated monuments, stones to Hashem, and why we do still have this custom of putting up these tombstones over people's graves. So my bracha to everyone this week is that we should all really take inspiration from this reality that we're in the rat race. We're always constantly commanded to be doing mitzvot, and that we don't have time to stop and put up dedications and rely on those and say, hey, look, we've done this already, because we're commanded to do it again for our self-betterment, as we've spoken about many times in the past, and for a variety of other reasons. And we should really take this serious message heading into the month of Elul right now, which we've just entered, leading up to Rosh Hashanah. And with that, I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.